Hi, Mary. Thanks for talking with us today. You have quite a story here on your house fire, and I'm just going to ask you to share with us, kind of from the beginning. I know it's been a long emotional road for you, but can you kind of tell us what's happened from the beginning?
Well, we were in Kansas at my grandmother's funeral when we were on a road home and we got the phone call that our house was on fire. And it's about a 14-hour drive, and it was a really long drive home. We stopped and stayed in Denver for a little while with some family to get all of the phone calls to find out what was going on and everything. And they recommended that we stay there for a while and not come home during the night. So we waited and made it back the next afternoon. And when we pulled in, it didn't look like anything was wrong with the house. Everything, looked fine. But when you opened the door, everything was black and smoke and heat damaged, and it was quite a mess. So.
And what was your first step, did you think, to call the insurance, the restoration company? What did you do from there when you got back?
I did call the my insurance agent first thing and left him a message, and then we did get a hold of Paul Davis to come out. And when we got here, not only was Paul Davis here, but FRS was here as well, and they led us to believe that they were part of the insurance company, and they just kind of came on in and walked on in and started measuring and looking things over, and we just took it as that's what they were supposed to be there for, and didn't think too much more about it. Now looking back, I wished we would have recognized what was going on, but yeah, Paul Davis was there, and they came in and took care of the contents and finished boarding things up and making it so that we could work in there. And just besides working in the house and doing those things, they were good emotional support as well. Had us laughing and talking and keeping our minds off of what was going on. So.
I can hear workers in the background right now, and this has been several years going on.
Yep, it'll be 3 years September 2nd since the fire. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into my house.
And can you tell us, besides all the emotional turmoil, what's been happening in the last 3 years, why it's taking so long?
Well, FRS, when they came in and did the work, we didn't know it, but they were drawing money out of the mortgage company where the insurance money was. They had been given $25,000 to start the job, and they went on ahead and drew out $24,950 two different times. So they had almost $75,000, and they did maybe $10,000-15,000 worth of work. And we had questioned them about it, and asked them why things were taking so long and why they were maybe doing some of the work the way they were, and just really questioning some of the things, and they didn't like that, of course. And so we fired them, and then we found out about how much money they had drawn out. So anyway, that messed us up. They had also lied to the inspector and told him that they were 65% complete with their part of the job and that we would finish the rest. And we had the inspector come back, and we said, hey, this isn't 65%. Why did you put that, on the inspection? Anyway, after talking with him for a while, he changed it that it was only 20% complete. And when that got back to our bank, they said that they wouldn't let us have any more of the money until it was 65% complete. So that put us behind, and there wasn't a whole lot we could do about it. And trying to get money back from FRS, they claimed that they were entitled to that money, and had a stack of papers, you know, showing everything that they thought they were entitled to with the work that they had done, and we went back through, I mean, a big stack. Went back through and said, you know, this was not done, this was not done, you know, it was just a big mess. And we got an attorney, and nothing happened. It just kind of stalemated for a couple years until we got a new attorney onto it, and we had a mediation, and we were only able to get $10,000 out of FRS, which was a big disappointment.
So how did Paul Davis help you during this process to get the ball rolling on getting you back in your home?
Well, Paul Davis, with the mediation, we had to know how much work was done in the house and how much work still needed to be done, what FRS did and didn't do. And so Doug Hadley came in and went through the whole house completely. And it took him several days, but he went in and deciphered, you know, what had been done, what needed to be done, that kind of thing, and how much money it was going to cost us to get back into our house. And he walked us through and asked us, you know, what do you want for your home? What kind of home do you want if you could have it completed the way you want it? And then figured out, you know, what it would cost for that. So they did a lot of work for us. They did a lot of going through tons of paperwork again that FRS put out and deciphering all of that for us. So they did a lot of work.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
And it sounds like, from what I understand, they're not making a profit on doing this, to trying to get you back into your home and to make everything right.
Right.
For you.
They're not going to make really a profit off of this. They're doing it to get us back into our home, which is great. We can't thank them enough. You know, they're good people. You know, they when we let them go, they bowed out gracefully the first time. You know, when we hired FRS to come in and do the rest of the job, and when we found out what they were doing, why, you know, what a mess. But Paul Davis, you know, agreed to come back in and finish the job and do a really good job of it. And we wished we hadn't have did what we did, but you know, they didn't seem to have any hard feelings. They came back in and they're doing a spectacular job, and everybody's genuinely concerned, you know, about us getting back into our home and getting the job done right. And we're well pleased.
And you're staying here on the premises, and you mentioned that it's very exciting to go in and see the progress as it's happening.
It is. We're staying in our camper out here, and you know, when things are going on, you know, I try to stay out of everybody's way, of course, but I do go in and peek in every once in a while to see what's going on and what's happening, and see the progress. It's such a good feeling, you know, to see things are coming together. Something's finally being done, and being done correctly, you know, in the house. So, yeah.
Well, it sounds like a good story after a long emotional wreck.
Emotional roller coaster, yeah. It was really hard on all of our family, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally. We all suffered quite a bit, but hopefully this is the road to healing now that we're getting the house done.
And next year will be a new year and a better year.
Oh yes, this time next year I'm going to be very excited to see, you know, the change from what we've been through till then. It's going to be fun. We're going to get to be in here for, sounds like, for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you couldn't ask for a better Christmas gift. So.
And you said you're going to put a big red bow on the door.
Yes, we are. We're going to put a big red bow and Merry Christmas and all that good stuff, you know. And yes, we're going to celebrate.
Well, that's very exciting. After everything you've been through, you deserve to be in your own home and have everybody together.
It was hard being in a rental home for so long. The kids grew up and left. You know, when we moved into the camper. At least we were up here close to the property and everything. So it's still hard until we get back in there. You know, get everybody back home and feel like we're a family again. That we're all together again.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to get some success out of this in the end. Is there anything else you want to add?
just that I'm really thankful for Paul Davis that they were willing to come back in and do all this extra work to help us get back into our home, and you know, the work of mediation and the steps getting us to this point and getting our house complete. You know, I'm looking forward to that. I'm just very thankful to them. I can't say thank you enough.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you doing this for us.